Ashley Yoder versus Miranda Granger. We got -115 on Yoder and -105 on Granger. And this fight has pretty much been at a pick 'em this entire time, or at least for this past week. Yoder did open up as a -125 favorite, and we have seen the line pretty much, just hover around that pick 'em line. So let's start off with Ashley Yoder, coming off two straight losses now, a split decision loss to Randa Marcos, and then her last time out at UFC 252, she lost a decision to Livinia Hanat-Souza. That was a fight where I actually picked Yoder to win. I thought she would do a good job of doing her work on the feet, landing her kicks, landing her punches, keeping the distance. And if this fight did get into the grappling range, I thought she was slick enough off her back to be able to make things a little bit dicier for Souza. But Souza did a good job on the feet. That's where it primarily played out, and I thought that that's where Yoder would have a solid advantage, given her reach and height and all that type of stuff. But, Souza did a good job of closing the distance consistently and landing some big shots. Good leg kicks as well, too. And that really was where Yoder seemed to a little bit frustrated, didn't really know what to do in those situations. Here against Granger, I think she might have to deal with the same type of thing. Granger isn't the worst off of her back, and yes, she did get submitted by Amanda Lemos last time around, but I do think that Granger has decent jiu-jitsu. I think we'll definitely see a much stronger version of her than her showing against Amanda Lemos. And I primarily think that this fight is going to take place on the feet. And I kind of give the slight advantage to Miranda Granger, who showed in the fight against Hannah Goldie that, even when she's fighting a power puncher like Goldie, who wants to keep the fight on the feet, she does a good job of keeping her distance, doing her, having good kicks, having good punches, keeping the range, keeping moving, and dishing out damage for, over 15 minutes. Now, against Ashley Yoder, let's see what the heights are going to be. So we got 5'7" and 68-inch reach for Miranda Granger, 5'7" and 66.5-inch reach for Yoder. So, like my man Mike Goldberg says, virtually identical. But I think that Granger might have the advantage on the feet here. I think she's a little bit more busier on the feet. I think Yoder looks a little bit lost at times on the feet. But yeah, to say that I have a strong read on this fight, I'd be lying to you guys. I'm not 100% sure which way it's really going to go. I do lean the Granger side, as I do feel like I see a little bit more upside with her. She's 28, Yoder's 33. I do feel like Granger is definitely getting better on a fight-by-fight basis. Obviously, the Lemos fight didn't really show us much there, but I think Lemos is going to be a solid person in that division. So maybe that loss in the end is not going to be too bad on Granger's record. But that was the first loss in her career too. So that's something to keep in mind, that she's going to be bouncing back from her first ever loss against a girl who's 7-6. I've always liked Yoder. I thought she always had some potential, especially with her weird jiu-jitsu style, but it's never been super effective, and I don't think it's going to be effective here against Granger either. So I do think we see Granger keep this fight on the feet for the majority of it and do some work on the outside with some solid kicks, with her movement, and just kind of just shutting down Yoder. Who knows what Yoder's been able to put together in the gym. She's working over there, I believe, at the Dan Henderson training facility, working with Sam Alvey and some of those guys over there. But I'm just not 100% sold on her and her progression and the improvements we see from her, because we don't see many on a fight-to-fight basis from Yoder. So here's hoping that Granger is better than what we've seen last time around. But yeah, you're not going to catch me betting on this fight at all. It's kind of like the Bevan Lewis and Trevin Giles fight from the other week, where I just don't have trust in either woman here. So I will go with Granger as, for the sake of giving you guys a pick. But, if you guys go out there and bet Granger and she loses, don't come back and shoot me in the face or anything like that. So once again, I'm going to go with Miranda Granger to win this fight via decision, as I believe that her striking should give her the edge here.